SportsCenter.
Hey, I'm Chris Berman. Got a lot of games to cover. Let's get at it. In our first game this week, we had the Ravens edge their way to a narrow 3-point win. The Chiefs drop yet another game and are really struggling on and off the field. Dante Stallworth had over 50 yards receiving and helped his Browns beat the Redskins. In a long-standing NFC rivalry, we had the Vikings pick up win number 2. Steelers, Bengals. Carson Palmer had it working as he connected with his man here for a big one. The Steelers win this one by the final score of 30-15. Over at Gillette Stadium, we had the Patriots get sent away with a 7-point loss. Down in the Lone Star State in Houston, we had the Texans edge their way to a narrow 3-point win. Up in Ralph Wilson Stadium, we had the Bills lose by an astounding 29 points. Colts, Packers. The Packers stepped it up for sure, putting up some good numbers. We'll start this one off late in the first quarter. Dallas Clark found a soft spot on the defense and it worked to his advantage. The Packers later in the second, Rodgers would drop back and deliver a strike on this one. The Colts still early in the second quarter, Peyton Manning would find his target on this one. The Packers middle of the second, Bob Sanders was able to step in front of this pass and pick one off. But he wasn't done there. Touchdown for the Colts. Packers down 7-0. Rodgers connected with his man on this one. The Colts coming up on the end of the half. The Colts on offense at the 47. Collins was in the right place at the right time, as his interception was a possible momentum shifter. And that's where we'll leave this one. Packers are down, but still in it, 7-0. Pick up the action midway through the third quarter. Jennings ran a terrific route here and was able to pull this one in. That set up a short 25-yard field goal. The Packers climb back into the game, now down by 4. Number 20 is reading the quarterback's eyes all the way as he's able to get his hands on this one and pick it off. The Packers, after getting an interception, Packers losing by 4. Jennings had to work to find an opening, but he was able to haul this one in. They take the lead for the first time and are now up by 3. The Colts on D, Collins would come up with the big play to kill a drive as he was able to step in front of a wayward pass for an INT. Colts back 10-7. Donald Lee came up with a huge play here as they cover a lot of real estate on this one. That set up an easy 24-yard field goal. And that's where we'll leave this one. Packers squeaked out a win 13-7. 13-7. 49ers, Giants. 2. Jacobs is in the backfield. The ball is at the 40-yard line. And the lead man throws a block. Shakes off one tackle, bounces outside it. Now it's a foot race. The 10, the 5, touchdown. The Giants go on to win this by the final score of 52-21. Down in the Lone Star State in Houston, we had the Texans edge their way to a narrow 3-point win. Up in Ralph Wilson Stadium, we had the Bills lose by an astounding 29 points. The Saints booted in 3 field goals in their victory at Ericsson Stadium. Cowboys, Rams. Barber's in the backfield. The ball is at the 40-yard line. And the lead man throws a block. Shakes off one tackle. Bounces outside it. Now it's a foot race. The 10, the 5, touchdown. The Cowboys win this one by the final score of 20-13. The Patriots lost at home and will stay home for next week's game when they meet the Rams. Jets, Raiders. The Jets stepped it up for sure, putting up some good numbers. Let's get started on this one early in the first quarter. Russell would drop back and deliver a strike on this one. Jets later in the first. Brett Favre connected with his man on this one. Raiders later on in the second quarter. Number 89 came up with a big play as he was able to pull this one in. They get the first score and go up by 7. Jets now in the second quarter. Brett Favre would find his target on this one. A 28-yard play that set up a Jet touchdown. Game tied 7-all. Brett Favre connected with his man on this one. A 14-yard touchdown for the Jets. And that's where we'll leave this one. Raiders are down, but still in it, 14-7. Let's get started in this one early in the third quarter. Number 89 had to work to find an opening, but he was able to haul this one in. Ball at the 9. Rhodes was in the right place at the right time, as his interception was a possible momentum shifter. The Raiders, after his stop on fourth down, Raiders down by 7. Russell would drop back and deliver a strike on this one. And that's where we'll leave this one. Jets edge out a win, 14-7. Jeremy Shockey pulled down 100-plus receiving yards and helped his Saints beat the Panthers. So another week in the books here on ESPN, but what do you say we hand out a few game balls before we go? Here's my primetime player. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.